Welcome to Veg-a-bond Chronicles, and this is another video for y'all. And I just kind of wanted to touch up on my homeless situation. If you've been following me, I stay at Salvation Army, good group of people. And I wanted to talk about the people that I've met there. I want you to understand that these people are good people, all right? And I'm making this video to help regular people who are not homeless to understand that whatever you see isn't the full picture. You might see like people out in the streets and dirty and this and that. It does exist, but not everybody is that. Since I've been there at Salvation Army, I've met a lot of great people, and they're down and out. But I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. So there's this guy named Carlos. He's a young guy, and I was talking with him, and we talked a little bit about our stories and this and that. And there's this other guy that we know. So this guy, we woke up, because we usually wake up at like 6:30. And so this guy brought shoes to the guy that I'm talking about, which is Carlos. And so Carlos had some dirty shoes and not so great, and we knew that he needed shoes. So this guy, I believe his name is Dave. Anyways, we wake up in the morning and he brings two pair of shoes to Carlos and says, try this on, these might help you. And guess what? They were a perfect fit. So I want you to understand that just because we're down and out, doesn't mean to count out homeless people, because it's a big variety of people. And some of these people go to work every day. They do what they got to do. We do chores and this and that. So when you're at Salvation Army, you can't be doing drugs. You know what I mean? You can be doing drugs. So please understand that just because you see homeless people doesn't mean that they're on drugs. Most people run into problems. Like for myself, death, who knows? My buddy didn't even make it to 50 before he passed away, right? My buddy was 49 years old and he died, So how did he die? He went to visit his parents over in Iowa. So he was down there for about 3 months. And what happened was his dad went to the dentist, and nobody was sick at the time. So then my buddy, his dad went to the dentist, came back home. All of a sudden, people started getting sick. Obviously, his wife and my buddy Nick. So my buddy would go and see his parents once a year in Iowa. And so he explained to me that, man, I got COVID, bro. And let me tell you, it sucks. He goes, I don't know how I'm alive, bro. It kicks my butt, and I'm younger than my parents. His dad's about 80 years old. He's going to be 80 next year. And unfortunately, my buddy didn't make it to his dad's 80th birthday. It was a big plan. He was going to go up there. They were going to have a great time. They were going to have a party. But obviously, none of that happened. So all three people got sick. They all recovered, this and that. But when he came home to Texas, he was still coughing a little bit. He had some sniffles, and he wasn't out of the woods work, even though he took a test, another test, and said, no, you no longer have COVID or this or that. Anyways, my buddy and I, we were doing our typical day, hanging out. I was playing video games. He was doing some things. And so, regular night, I said goodbye or good night. I was like, yeah, buddy, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Like we've been doing for 14 years. you know. So then he went to bed, and it was around 10:30, 11. You know, I'm playing D2, Destiny, not Destiny, the Division. So I'm playing the Division 2, and I hear this crash. And then I hear this, oh, just like that, you know, and it's not funny. I'm just saying that that's how it sounded, right? And so I rush into my buddy's bedroom, you know, and I see him face down, right? And he uses a face mask, you know, to breathe, sleep apnea, right? So he had this machine that would help him breathe. And so I saw that it wasn't on his face, obviously, right? And so I tried to help him. Unfortunately, I couldn't. You know, my buddy was about 400 pounds, you know. He wasn't always like that. We were in the military. Obviously, he was 225 pounds, 6'2", healthy guy, right? But I think what happened was, you know, once they put him on medication and antidepressants and stuff, you gain weight from that stuff, right? And so that's kind of how that happened, because when they give you certain medications, it slows you down, it slows your metabolism down, so then you gain weight, right? So anyways, I tried to move my buddy, but you know, I'm about 180 pounds. My buddy outweighs me by a lot, right? So I knew I couldn't move him. I knew I couldn't save his life, right? He made some sounds, but I knew that wasn't breathing, right? And so I called the ambulance, right? 911, hey, this is what happened. I need an ambulance. By the time they get down there, you know, they check him and stuff. And I'm just like wishing, hoping, and praying that, you know. So anyways, they come in and they're like, hey, bro, he's already turning colors. He's gone, right? That really took me back, you know, because I've known my best bud for 30 years. That's kind of what happened to my buddy, right? And that's why I find myself in the situation I'm in. And the reason you see these places behind me is because I visit my mom. You know, I visit my mom. She's older. I'm 50 years old. Obviously, my mom's older than me, so that's why you see this here. Yes, I am homeless. I'm in the process of, you know, getting another job and this and that. I did several things today that I needed to do, so I got to do that. So I just want you to understand that we're not all bad. All right. We are not all drug addicts. We're not all alcoholics. Okay? We're not going to steal from you. I don't believe in stealing. My parents taught me not to, you know. So the purpose of this video is to let you know that there are good people who are homeless. There's good people all over the place. But I just want you to know that not everybody's bad. Yes, there's a lot of bad people. Look what's been going on with, you know, New Orleans, New York people. This is just regular people that are doing this to other people, you know. But I will keep you posted. This is about my third, fourth day at the Salvation Army. And there are very good people there. You go in between 6 to 8. I'm talking about where I'm at. I don't know, it might be different where you're at, but you go in, you can't come out, you're there. 6 to 8, that's your time for you to get there, and they'll search your stuff. You know, every time you come in, they search you. Every time they wand you down, you know, give you breathalyzers. Not every time, you know, but if they suspected that you're obviously under the influence of alcohol, they're going to test you, you know, and if you are under the influence of 2 drugs, you're out, you know. So there's rules to staying and being in the Salvation Army. So again, this is Veg-a-bond Chronicles, and I will see you in a later video.